Okay.
Okay, as long as you know. I know it's right here, and I used to do this all the time.
I love it.
And I just can't remember how to do it anymore.
Okay, evil bastards, just a second. We're trying to get this figured out so we can get more people on the line because we've got folks here. I don't even know if you guys can hear me yet, but I'm gonna move away from this computer and go to the other computer. We're running around trying to figure this out.
Okay, so this is that little Apple thing. Yeah, but it says disconnect, so I feel like we're connected, but I don't know how to get to preferences to be on the screen. Usually it's really easy, and that's how you look at preferences.
Okay, that's right here. That's what you look like. You look like you button.
Like there it is. I put audio on the projector.
Yay, okay, so.
Yeah, it's sitting there and it's stupid.
It's sitting there.
Let me go get this
Let me go find my phone.
Zoom.
And you know, I was special, that we got to talk in the restaurant beforehand, and we just, I was like, hey, and you, I remember, we were talking, because I was feeling, inside, you know how we are, it's like, oh, sweetie, you know, but yeah, you don't want to say the words. What, do I look like I didn't know? No. It was awesome. Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, Jen, yes, we have the cord. It's already in your HDMI.
Okay, all I'm looking for is how to get it to mirror.
To mirror, okay, look at, I think you open up the computer. I think on the white, remote, which is probably a table, like the square table with all one.
Oh, you got it?
Okay, I think it says like search, source search, something.
Hang on a second, I'm looking for that. Search, yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah. So now, okay, HDMI, which one is that? Oh, it's searching. It's got me, I did it, okay, I did. Thank you. Bye. Almost there, guys. One more minute.
You mean like it's too gross, or?
Okay, we're just gonna be ourselves, but we're not alone. Yeah, it is.
Okay, anybody who wants to participate in the Zoom,
Goodbye. Did you get it?
I'm in.
Okay, well, you.
Everybody can hear you. Everybody can hear everybody. You guys can hear us?
You can turn
Yes.
the volume.
Wait, now I have double volume.
Oh,
Yes.
turn down my volume. Maybe the volume is the thing.
That's good.
Anyway, just mute us.
Okay, wait. Is it still echoing? Yeah, it is.
Did you leave me?
Oh, wait. Yeah, music. Why is it, why that? Can you see if that one's on mute over there?
Oh, I'll get you.
Uh-huh. It's just touch the,
This?
yep. There, now down the bottom left, turn on mute.
Is this a cursor? Oh, there we go. Mute.
That's Rosebud, everybody.
Oops.
Wait, now you can hear us?
Now we can hear you.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm taking off.
Yes.
This is a cord. Okay, yay. Okay, now what you can't see in the room, although Rosebud kind of has it, just a second, I'm gonna move one more computer so you guys can see who else. Yeah, yeah, okay. Somebody's pulling up. Okay, let me just put this. You guys.
Is that Chris?
Yeah, that was me. Just
Wait, can
leaning over the couch.
Hi, Chris.
Chris, you did a fantastic job.
Oh,
Sure
thank
did.
you. So glad it's over.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he heard you. He started breathing a little harder when you talked about his kids.
That's what
I
I
like that.
heard. So happy. Yeah. I didn't see that because I was all in my own little head, but
do
Hold
I
on a
need
second.
sound? It's, sorry guys, we have a whole like room.
maybe
This is cool.
maybe
Okay. Now Chris is gonna walk up to the computer. Okay, so sitting on the couch, just so you guys know who's here, is, hang on, I'm sorry, thanks you guys. Like, this is so super fun. I wanna just get the right, I wanna get the active speaker thing working. There we go. Speaker view. Now the people looking at you.
Look at all these beautiful people.
I just turned it on speaker view so that everybody could see everybody.
Can they hear us?
Can
oh,
you guys hear us?
I can
we
hear
can't-
you, but
yeah.
I don't know how to see everybody. Okay,
The-
let me figure
yeah,
it
the audio's just not going through the, hang on a second. There's 700 remotes in this house.
And I don't even know how to use
And the man who set up this whole jury-rigged, oh my God thing, like you can't even see, like look at this thing we're doing here. That man, he left because his son had an orthodontist appointment. No, he did, I know, no, he just left for orthodontist because life's still happening. Okay, wait, did you find the sound up there? Okay, so who's here while we're doing this? There's some survivors are hiding in the kitchen where they're doing a special project. And then Kathy and Rosebud are here, which Kathy was this morning with Carol Daly. I have that right? This is, I'm kind of losing my mind right now. And Rosebud, you're not going to get to hear from, which is
Santa Barbara.
irritating. So Rosebud's from Santa Barbara. She just, and
Met
her
her.
husband just did a song for us, which is amazing. And I'm going to post it shortly. But let's see. You guys still can't hear. Oh, Chris is figuring it out. Okay.
They can't hear you?
I just have one other last thing. Oh, here it is. This is what I'm just going to check this and see and make sure that the audio, output audio from the projector. That's what it's supposed to be. Well, it's lying to us. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Sorry. Okay. So, unlike you guys, we stayed here today and cried half the day. Well, I did. Everybody cried, right? Everybody cried. And yeah, you can see that everybody else here. So it was a big cry day, and I knew it was going to be hard, guys, but I didn't expect it this hard. The updates, quick updates on things you want to know. Jane is scheduled down for tomorrow morning because I guess, have we heard any more? Is she
She had plane problems.
plane problems somewhere over Delaware? I blame Biden. I don't know. And then yeah, I'm irritated that Victor got interrupted like all of us women have ever been interrupted. I mean, that was just a classic moment because that's exactly how it ends up going when you're a woman, right? Someone interrupts you and says, wait, snacks and breaks are really important. Just hold that thought. Let me see if we still have time for you. So that was interesting. We'll talk about that. And then tomorrow, okay, so Jane will be first tomorrow morning. Then we'll hear from Gay, who a lot of you guys know from the HBO special. And we will then also have, interesting in the house, or did she leave? We have somebody from Santa Clara County.
She left.
Okay, Joanne, well, she's talking though, right? She'll be doing
tomorrow.
a statement. She'll be doing her statement tomorrow. And then we'll have Contra Costa tomorrow. And then Thursday, we roll into what I've affectionately called Murder Thursday because that's all the murders and everything. But of course, I'm dying to hear from you guys. I don't know. Do we have any other big headlines of the day? Any other? Well, the song that Rosebud and Scott did is amazing. So we'll have that shortly. And I'll post that. Any other breaking news? Volumes buttons in the right side of them. I know where the volume buttons are. He's very helpful. He needs to focus back on that damn orthodontist. There, you can see if this.
Someone was asking how to unmute, and if you can tell them the left-hand button down at the bottom that says mute, maybe they need to tap on that. I just got this thing written across the screen.
Jen, are you frozen?
Yep, you are frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen. I see her in the living room. They're walking around, but she's frozen.
Yeah, we're not getting any sound.
Oh, she's
Okay.
coming back, I think.
Are you finding the screen that has everyone's face, you know, everyone who's in the meeting?
Well, you have to kind of scroll. You scroll
Okay.
to see everybody. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
on my iPad.
You guys, yeah, if you guys
I
on Zoom,
Thank you.
lower
got it.
left,
Yeah.
and then up at the top, you have speaker view, or there's the toggle to, you can see all the screens. So it looks like a bad edition of the Brady Bunch
Okay.
available to you. And, and let's see, I've got 2 screens of people, so that's amazing. And I see lots of my friends on here.
Regina tried to turn hair, or is that just the view?
Regina has purple hair.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not purple.
Your people. I know.
It's really not purple. It's my camera. I don't know what it did.
It's a camera. That's not true.
I can't blame it on the.
She's
camera.
beautiful. Okay, all right. So we'll just make sure you guys can hear it, because we could watch all of HBO on the same Macintosh. So I'm sure you guys can hear this, because we did. This is the Macintosh in which we watched the HBO screener. All right. So I don't want to. I don't know that we want to do this in any particular order, but Kathy happens to be here, and so does Chris. So if y'all would like to tell her what you saw or what you thought of today, I'm just interested in feedback, because I think it's so cool to hear what you guys heard and how you perceived it, because we're in a hot soup of whatever over here. Not enough Benadryl and Kleenex for us, but so speak up, just unmute, talk, and then it will figure it out. Don't worry, you might talk over somebody else, but we'll find our way. Fine, everybody doesn't want to talk.
I thought it was very emotional. We were in tears a lot. I thought it was I thought it was a very emotional day. I think everybody spoke very well. And D'Angelo really sat there like an idiot.
Yeah.
I agree.
I have a question. Was he told that he could not look at the victims? And is that why he was looking away?
No.
Really?
He's-
Okay, because I thought they said that at one time. Okay. What
Yeah.
an idiot. Okay.
It's a chicken shit.
No. Well,
Yeah.
I think what you're thinking of is when he was in the jail, like, hold on a second.
Just mute it.
I don't know where the mute is.
Sorry, just trying to kill you guys. I know. Okay. Sorry, I'm stopping it.
We're trying to be high tech, but we're failing miserably.
All right, you talk to them.
We still love you.
Okay, so what I was saying is maybe what you're thinking of is when he's in the jail cell, like his hearings, that there could be no communication. So he could not turn around and look at us, and we couldn't like go, "Hey Joe, what's up?" You know, anything like that. But today he is actually put, it's like an L shape, and we're sitting on the short part of the L, and the long part of the L, he's there. So we have direct contact, but he won't look at us. He refused. He looked straight at the wall.
Even Victor, with Victor, it was interesting because he kind of,
Yeah.
like that, it felt like he was like, Victor was ready to throw down, like, let's fight.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw him actually maybe grip the chair a little bit, or
Right. His eyes were, he was
Heavy?
blinking a lot during Victor's.
And
Did you see his
it was
body reaction? His neck kind of bulging, and his
Yes.
his mask kind of fell down. You could see his nostrils flaring a little bit. He was pissed off. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't see the part where the mask fell down, but I will go back and rewatch it.
I understood that people could not speak directly to D'Angelo, and I saw not only Victor do that, but somebody else did that too. So Jennifer, maybe you want to like revise your, yeah.
Yeah,
Judge
in
let-
terms of gossip, I just had to revise my statement. I just got a call from Ventura that in my statement, I said something that if I say it, will have to be litigated. And I'll tell you the line I pulled out, is I pulled out the line that I had to put a line that said, even his defense attorney, Diane Howard, pets him in court.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can't refer to that. You cannot, we would have ended up having to litigate it, which of course I managed
Well,
to
she
not-
did all the time.
You cannot call out the behavior of a defense attorney because that is not,
Victor did it.
Victor did it.
yes, he did. And I
He
pointed that out
complimented it though.
quite heatedly, but you can't, but Victor actually kind of ended up doing this like kind of amazing expose journalism thing where he was exposing everything. And so my line is specific because I call out Diane. And by the way, Victor called out the prosecution.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
Not
Oh, that's
the
right, he did.
defense. And so that's the difference. If it's, you call out a defense attorney, and it makes sense. I mean, I'm irritated, but it does make sense because the defendant cannot control what the defense attorneys do. That's what she told me. So I changed it. I modified it a slight bit. The line's still in there. You'll hear me refer to the defense attorneys as that he has, you know, highly qualified defense attorneys. And that will be near the end of my statement, but I had to actually go change. I was pissed. I go, I'm going to have me a Victor moment, Cheryl, right now. I'm going full Victor. Yeah.
That's our new thing.
Yep.
Don't make me go Victor on you.
Yep.
Don't
Exactly.
let
Don't
me
make
go
me go
Victor.
Vic on you. 'Cause that's who you call yourself as Vic.
Yeah. Maybe we
Full
need
Vic.
do we need a shirt or so? I know. Yeah. Full
Yeah.
Vic, the full Vic. And by the way, I loved the geek hot rod. No, he has a
Yeah.
real hot rod, which is a weird euphemism if we want to compare real hot words to
Right.
like geek hot rods. But poor D'Angelo only had a geek hot rod,
That was
a little hot rod.
Well, maybe that's.
And you know, it was so satisfying when Victor was like, no, you know my car. Like, I loved that because
Yeah.
you know he did know his car.
Yep.
Like being a jarhead, like cars
Yeah.
like that. Jarheads are Marines. What am I talking about? A car, what the hell? Gearhead.
Your head.
Gearhead. Sorry, mixing my metaphors here. Not a jar. It's a gear. It moves. Anyway, I thought that was delicious. I loved in the morning. I was torn up in the morning listening to these ladies. Of course, not Rosebud because she's not allowed to talk, but we'll let her talk in a few minutes. But I also, Rosebud, not only does we have a song from her today, which is amazing, but I have some albums of hers I'm going to share with you guys too, because as she spoke to us earlier today, a lot of her music has come from the pain, but she's been able to, you know, use it to tell other stories because she's able to generalize that pain to other things. And I'll give you an example like about the earth, which is really powerful. So I'll defer to her in just a minute. But Kathy, what was it like? Like you were up there with Carol, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Oh, it was great. Carol did a great job. I was a big wuss. I didn't feel like I wanted to get up there and perhaps cry, which I don't like to do. But I thought I might shed a tear or two, but she saved me. And I was able to feel very triumphant because I felt like I really had her to win today.
That's important. I don't think many people would use the word triumphant. I think it's really
I
good.
was thinking that's a great word.
I felt very good today about everything.
It was nice to see you smile too when they said
Somebody said that they
because
gave you a smile.
that was a cute moment. That was a cute moment.
I felt good.
The,
Really a sense of relief.
the coolest thing that's been happening at Chris's house that I'm like, I'm so freaking lucky. I mean, it's a weird kind of privilege to be here with everybody, but people kept coming home from court. Like, okay, I'm calling Chris's house home, yes. And I think we all feel like we were coming home, especially since a bunch of us aren't from around here. Rosebud, well, now where are you now?
Willits.
Willits, okay, Northern California, because all of us Southern Californians eventually moved north. So don't tell anybody, secret. But because she's from my territory. But the thing is that people just were coming home. So Linda Odell walked in, she had her energy. And it's funny because everybody's coming, you know, as you might expect with the adrenaline rush and all the stuff that goes into it. And then having to face him, which has got to be weird.
Just
You
face
said it face him. You
Okay.
said it's so much closer than Sac State.
It is. I don't know what you
Yeah.
thought, but it is really, really close. And I mean, on TV, it's even closer, but there, it's just natural. You just kind of turn your head a little bit and he's right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you felt like you were closer to him?
Oh, way closer.
Okay.
Way closer. And
Like 10 feet away or something. Like
Say it
10
again.
Say like 10 feet from him. The speaker.
They're like 10 feet. Okay, about 10 feet. Did it feel close to you,
I
Kathy?
would say so, but I don't think you're scary.
Okay.
And Kathy said she doesn't think he's scary anymore.
I'm
So
not scared of him.
That's-
He's creepy, but he's very creepy.
He doesn't hold the power over us
No.
anymore because he's been deflated, not just because he's been caught, but we know his truth now. He's a coward,
Absolutely.
and everyone was calling him definitively a coward, and you could see his body deflate, kind of like and you all saw it, like a balloon that was losing air slowly.
until his nostrils started flaring, and then it kind of went up.
He has
Yeah.
no consequence to
Well, and
any of us anymore.
right. That's
done.
really it. He's done. I think
He's done.
that's what I found. The media is having the hardest time coming to terms with us.
He's done.
Like they're like, what are your feelings? I go, he's nothing.
He's nothing, yeah.
It's not.
But we want you to be enraged and to engage in this. And what it's come down to, so many of us said, is that he held, Chris, you say it, it's only the power we give him,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And now that we're bursting this bubble, it's not just because he's older and he's playing the feeble. We know that's BS, that he's playing feeble, but we don't give him the power
Yeah.
anymore. And he's deflated. You can see it.
Yeah, and I'm learning kind of, I don't know if it's on the same line that you're saying, but I'm really learning that for me, I won't speak for others, but possibly other rape victims, because of our culture and because of what we have been told for so long, we kind of put ourselves in our own prison. And we accept the shame, and once we start talking about it and we unify, it just deflates all their power. It's gone, and all of a sudden this magic key comes around and we can let ourselves out of our prison. And I think that the more that we speak it and speak out loud about it, the less power that they will have. But I definitely feel like he was seeing today 100% that he doesn't hold that scary, creepy power. He holds the creepy part,
Yeah, the creep is.
but he doesn't own any of the
Yeah.
power.
Unfortunately.
He keeps
Yeah.
the creep.
Yeah.
We were
unfortunately.
definitely a force to be reckoned with today, and I really do feel tomorrow will be the same thing, and the next day even more.
And
Yeah.
tomorrow is just till noon, so it's just the morning. I do think the KCRA feed, it's a live, it's a streaming feed. So if you can do the KCRA feed, and I just posted that
Much
today.
better.
Much better. I was watching the court feed this morning, and I'm like, get that damn logo off of everybody. This is irritating me.
And then they have commentary. Like, if
Oh
you're
yeah,
trying
then they
to
have
get
a
it.
commentary. That's the best part when they come on and go, "Well, he was mad." I'm like, yeah, he really was mad. That's what happened.
All I could find on the television, the TV feed was the morning. I didn't see the afternoon feed on the Facebook feed.
I
It
think
just-
I just put on Lawyer's Daughter Facebook and tweeted it, the link to the KCRA recording, so that anybody can go back to the recordings. So if
Right,
you
and
just-
I looked at that and he said, okay, we'll break for lunch. And
Oh.
then I
That was
didn't
a
see the
2-hour
end.
lunch.
yeah, it was a 2-hour link too.
Right, but that was the end of the recording. Okay, I'll look again. I had the, go ahead.
And maybe the KCRA was just
They can't see me. I'm in the shade.
so we have more
I
news.
found it. Okay,
They're
I
in the
found it.
video section on the Facebook page. I had to go to their video section, and that's where I found all of
Oh,
them.
okay, that's what
Oh,
I'll do.
good.
Okay,
KCRA's Facebook. Thanks, Andy. That's great. And the thing is, I want to circle back to something that Chris just said, because I know there are rape victims on this call right now, besides the ones in this room. The idea of us creating our own prisons, which I think is, I mean, we do it to ourselves all the time, especially women do this anyway. I mean, we're inclined to do that because we're going to stop ourselves before somebody else stops us, right? Because that's kind of how we've been trained and
how we've been part of the culture. But I just wondered if that resonated with anybody who's also had their own struggle with being a sexual assault. Are we going to take it? You don't have to answer because it is public and I'm going to post this. So I get it if you want to keep it quiet. And whoever's texting me right now, I'll take a look in a second. Okay, so in court itself, so Carol Daly was there, which is great. I thought it was a really cool move when the judge thanked her for her service. Like, I didn't expect that. I thought that was super awesome. Yes. And then a couple other cool moves. The judge, I think, knew he effed up when he stopped Victor. Because especially when somebody's saying they're speaking to you impromptu, like, it's in your head then. You know you got that in your head. And then so what I thought was interesting is that the judge then did, and I don't know if he had to go to school for this, but he did the whole I see you and I hear you, which I think is really important. Yeah, I know everybody's nodding, but that was like, well, nice try, Judge. You're trying to recover. Because, I mean, the judge is, I think, pretty good. And he has absolutely given grace, because we were told we are not to speak to D'Angelo. And it's wine. It's Chris's house. You know there's wine. Someday I'm going to take you guys.
Oh, what we're hearing is really interesting.
Yeah, I don't hear Jen anymore. I don't see her face anymore. I think her Wi-Fi messed up. Yeah. Shoot.
Sound effects are weird.
Yeah, kind of Twilight Zone.
All of it.
Yeah, she's not even, I think it's got to be a Wi-Fi because she's not even on the screen
In the
anymore.
bathroom.
Jen, we don't hear you.
The thing that you know about our house is in the bathroom. That's it. So I'm just saying, is it?
Okay.
Hey, Chris, your house sucks.
I still don't see
Wi-Fi, there it is.
Can I ask a question? How many people are from Southern California here?
I'm from Visalia. I'm Visalia.
I'm Orange County.
I'm Orange County.
Okay,
I'm Orange County as well.
thank you.
We have
Are the rest of you from California? Are all of you from California?
Sacramento.
No, there's a lot of Sacramento, and we have some people from out of state that I happen to know.
I'm from Kentucky.
Kansas.
Very far away.
Pennsylvania.
Kansas. We're from Kansas, aren't we, Link?
That's awesome.
Oh, cute dog.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Ventura
Was there
County,
another
California. Ventura
So
County.
you guys are blowing these survivors' minds because they didn't realize how many people cared about them. And
Absolutely.
yeah, this is all like, I can't even, I mean, they're looking at you guys on this big screen, but it's like crazy because
We love you.
you just got love from them. Rosebud.
We totally love you for caring about making the world a better place.
Oh.
Hearts back, look. Aw.
You are all amazing. Your energy feeds our energy.
It really has. It's been everything
We
for
don't
me.
do this alone. No way.
No, this has been everything for me. So,
Yeah.
tell me, so when you guys come, this morning when you got there, 2020 was in the parking lot.
2020 was in the parking lot waiting for us, and they followed us down the parking structure, walking towards the DA office. But we ran into 2 or 3 or 4 other cameras, right? Crews. And then when we got to the DA's office, they were all crowded outside the DA's office, just waiting to get, I guess our perspective on the morning.
And by the way, so you guys know, because of COVID, the gift that keeps on giving, we have to go to the district attorney's office. This is the part that I can't live with, but I have to. You either have to be there at 8 a.m., like tomorrow,
Or by 12:30, like my folks on Thursday have to be at the district attorney's office at 12:30 because they are taking our temperature.
Oh, yes.
And getting your wristband.
Yeah, you get your temperature taken.
Oh, and we get a souvenir wristband.
So then you get a wristband. Then we all walk.
Does it say Coachella on it? No.
Says nothing.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. Then we walk to the court area, and they take our temperature again.
Yeah.
Again, just in case you got hot from one place to the other.
Well, one of them's rectal now.
That's just for prisoners. It is not for this. It's a choice.
That was a little personal.
That was awesome.
Should we ask again what was your choice? Yeah. So yeah, that's just for prisoners, and then so yeah.
And convicts.
Yeah, then they walk you over
And
to
Rosebud,
court. Yeah, and Rosebud. Yeah. Then they walk you over to court, and then they temperature you again, and then you go into court. And the media is all not in the court; they're all pre-court, outside of court. Yeah. And then you guys got bombarded as you walked out, right?
Oh yes.
You look like, oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Which is when you're weepy and
It's
trying
like
to get
fly
your shit.
shit and pepper, black pepper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're just there.
Well,
everywhere.
you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what? It's new to me. It's not new to you, but you'll say, okay, I will talk to one person, and then everybody.
Oh, the swarm. I know. The
So
swarm is
for
exhausting.
me, that's pretty new. I did my first like local news thing the last time, and today I was a little more used to it. But yeah, it's a little bit of a walk to get past the court. So you're just hitting it. It's like a flea market, you know, where
It's a swap meet.
kind of, you know. So when you walk to one, you go to the next, and then they all follow. So I know that Jen will have a lot to say.
What, with the media? I don't know. I'm so burned down on the media right now. Well, 2020's here.
Tell what you want them to hear from you.
Well, yeah.
Please.
But there's some of it right now. What it's attracted are people who haven't done their homework.
Right.
Like I had one from NBC last week, and I actually said we're not continuing. She goes, "I read your article on Medium. Are you planning to give a victim impact statement?" And I'm like, "Did you read the
Read the
victim
article?
impact statement article? Like, really? I don't want to have this conversation. If you haven't even done your homework, forget it. It's just no.
Does she even know you?
No, she doesn't. I know.
She
Yeah.
knew
Does she
you.
even know me? Yeah.
No.
Have I ever shut my mouth?
Absolutely not.
Never shut my mouth. But the 2020 has, it'll be interesting because they have, sorry, look at that sign. They have blanketed this. I have not talked to them this time. Yeah,
The
it's fine.
sign's on you.
That's okay. That's because, it's the golden halo that I occur. No. So 2020 though, it'll be interesting because Chris, you met with them this morning and you thought it was kind of a weak interview.
I thought it was really weak. They didn't ask the right questions. I don't think they liked me. I didn't particularly like them.
What they ask you?
I don't know. How are you feeling? Good.
Stupid
How are you
question.
feeling?
That's pretty general.
Right. It just, with the other ones, I actually had a connection. Like I could talk. They said things that made me want to.
Like they researched and did research and knew about you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And this one, I don't know. I'm supposed to interview with them on Saturday, but God knows Bill didn't show up, right?
Did you take your home video they wanted?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They asked her to take, and I don't know who else has done this. They asked a few people to take home video of them getting dressed for court. So
I was already dressed.
she just only has shaving her legs, and then sorry.
No, the only videos I gave them was like me reviewing the statement.
Oh my
walking
God!
to my
Me looking at
car.
paper. Yeah.
My son was taking, he was doing it, and I kept screwing up. They do it again. Oh, Mom, that sucks so bad. Like, do it again.
Okay, that worked because when you gave your statement today, you knocked it out of the
Well,
park.
I must have had good critics.
It was
because-
amazing.
Mhm.
Ask them.
Yeah. What did you guys think?
Listen to me.
We can talk loudly, but what did you think of Chris's statement or anybody's statement? I'm going to be quiet now. You guys got to give us some.
Beautiful job.
Wonderful job.
Okay. Well, what made it wonderful? Tell me some more. Give me some. Pretend you're a teacher.
Chris, I loved when you spoke to him. I loved when you would call him a monster and everything about you didn't, I forgot your wording, but you were talking about his burnt heart or whatever you described him. I love that. And I loved when you explained about it was so ironic that he had 3 daughters and 1 granddaughter. And
Mhm.
how would he have thought? We've
Yeah.
all thought about that, but you said that to his face, and I love that.
I feel like if there's anything that would get through to him, that would.
Yeah,
Me too.
I agree.
So hopefully he'll have to sit with that for a while.
I think they're right. I think that he shifted.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say she spoke slowly so the words could kind of resonate. And he had to hear them because, it didn't get rushed or anything.
Well, because I was crying.
Oh, there's that.
And
You
I
had
was,
to breathe.
I was
So you had
trying
to
to
take a
wipe
breath.
my eyes and my nose at the same time.
But
And
you
you know,
really
it's
didn't
funny
tell you
because
were
last
crying.
night I was reading it. I was like, I can't get emotion out of this. I'm going to sound really dry. And then today I was like, hi, my name is Kristen Gray. And I just started crying. And I don't know. It was
Release time.
It was a release.
But you had been were you still in the you had been in the room anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to me the day of the plea is that once you know it's coming to you and it's building and you're like, by the time it gets to you, you go, I can't anymore. Like I'm already full.
A wave.
Yeah, it's like a wave. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the people that spoke before me, there were 4 or 5. There was Phyllis, his sister. You guys all know who Phyllis is, right? And
Phyllis is at home, we hope, doing well. She's struggling with, might as well let the cat out of the bag. Did Karen speak to it? She said
she has
bad health.
cancer.
Just cancer. So,
And
and it's been something that's been really hard for us because we've known for a while now. I mean, over a year, I think it's been. And you guys know that's the first hand I held was Phyllis. For some reason, that was the one. And so this has been really tough because on the side, Chris and Carol have been taking her meals and everything. And her sister's been here the whole time. So when her sister read the statement this morning, it was so moving and it was so incredible. And she's just been here for the whole thing. It's just, some of the side stories that people don't really understand, but that was a big deal.
So that was Phyllis. And then the next one was Peggy. And Peggy and I have really connected. She was 15, I was 15. She was a church girl, I was a church girl.
Yeah, you guys were really
So, I don't know, my heart just kind of bled for her because I know it was really hard for her to get up and talk, and her 2 sisters were there. And then we had Patty Cosper for her mom, Trish. And then we had, after that, I think the gal with the video, which I thought was really touching.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was to hear one of the children speak like that.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
Yeah. And then it came to me. So that's probably why I started crying right off the bat, because it was so emotional and so heart-spoken and heartfelt. And I don't know.
Do you realize, though, she was just 7.
Yeah.
Like, just 8 years younger than you.
And look at her memories of that
I mean,
night.
Him at the end of the hallway, it was like The Shining or something, like she saw him at the end of the hallway, but she still went to her mother. She went through the monster to help her mother.
Like, oh my God.
You cannot crush us. You can fuck with us, and you can do those things to us.
I know, yeah. Well, to hear that girl that spoke, the daughter, who was born 3 years after the crime, Courtney, 3 years after the crime, and it completely impacted her life.
And then keep in mind, Kathy had 2 kids.
Yeah.
And luckily they slept. But what went through your head that whole time? I can't even
I thought I was
imagine.
gonna die. Yeah, I really did. I thought that they would wake up, come out into the living room and find me dead. I really did. I thought that went through my mind for quite some time. And then he came back and forth for hours. It was torture. Yeah, it really was. I think if I could do anything, it would be for me to have him experience extreme fear.
Extreme fear.
Extreme.
And yet you would never, his daughter, in harm's way to get to it. That's what the difference.
Never.
No.
Never. No, I could never do that to a child.
Okay, somebody was saying something on the call. Did somebody want to say something?
All right, I'll comment on one of the, I think for people who had family members speaking on their behalf, they did great. For people who had Carol Daly speaking on their behalf, she was great. But something was brought up to me, and I have to agree with this person. One of the victims helper people read someone else's statement, and this victim helper person doesn't speak English well. And that really is bad. That did a disservice to the victim. Seems to me they could get somebody who speaks English as a first language. That was not good. So I was
The thing I think, so Anne is one of our victim assistant people, like, yeah, what do they call it? Victim advocates. And what's interesting to me is that in our case, like tomorrow or Thursday, Cheryl will be reading a statement for Charlene's cousin who can't be here, who might be on this call right now. I don't even know, Carol, if you're on here. But so Cheryl, the prosecutor, will read it. I was really surprised they had the victim advocate read it, honestly, because I feel like, you know, prosecutors are trained to have a certain countenance in the courtroom and know how to project and all those things. And that's where it was just interesting choice.
Well, Maylin
read something.
Oh, she did?
It was like 4 words.
She speaks a little bit more. Maybe we could just share something with them. And just perspective-wise, Anne Tran has helped, both of the victim advocates have helped us behind the scenes so much. And while I was surprised at first that Anne Tran spoke, and I understand, she is a little harder to understand, you know, dialect.
Well, even her phrasing, yeah, it was just different.
Extremely powerful to me because I felt that she put some emotion in it, which, you know, they're probably guided to stay away from that with us.
You're right.
They need to stay neutral and just help us. But I heard her voice choke a little bit. It really got me.
I know that is a big responsibility too. Yeah, to read somebody's statement.
To read someone's statement.
And you guys know her, so I agree.
Right.
I think
they don't know that.
Yeah, actually, it's true. What we know
You
her,
guys-
so it does.
Right.
It's very different. Is
And
a
that's-
personal experience.
And
I
that's
was
fine.
told the DA
The DA.
could read the statement for me, or like Anne Tran, or I could have a friend.
Okay. Yeah, you could designate anybody
you
to
could
read
have, you know, your husband or whoever, a friend. But I was so honored that Carol Daly did it for me.
That was so
I
cool, though.
That was rock star.
It just couldn't have been better.
I told her, I said, because we had we had talked in the bathroom right before then, and just by coincidence, and because we were upstairs in the cafeteria watching, I went in and I said, "Oh, how you doing, Kathy?" "Oh, I'm nervous, da-da-da." And then she told me that, you know, she was so afraid to, is it okay to say this? Okay. Go ahead. She was so afraid of crying in front of the world. And it's not just, oh, I was going to cry, but it's, we got bent, but not broken by this man.
Absolutely. I didn't want D'Angelo to think
that satisfaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I'm okay in my everyday life, I'm absolutely fantastic. I mean, not fantastic, but that I'm not broken.
No,
and
you're
I
not.
didn't want him to think that I was broken.
And
he was able to do that to me.
I told her, I said, can I just reflect to you? You look like you won.
Well, that's how I felt.
And she turned to me and she said, that's how I felt.
I did.
She did, because her head was held high, and to have Carol Daly, kick-ass, I love what you said, kick-ass detective, undercover angel.
Yeah, she's my hero.
There's your next song title. Kick-ass detective, undercover angel.
I don't know if you heard that. It was badass, I'm sorry. I put that little bit in the song I did with at the end of Carol Daly. It said undercover angel, but it's hard to hear. I think maybe she needs her own song. But Carol cares so much, obviously.
Right.
She walked many of us down that brutal path, and to have her read it, you were glowing.
Well, I felt so good about it. I did. I had been not sleeping for days.
Yeah.
And it was just a relief, and I thought she did such a great job. It just made me feel so good.
Well, and then you had your husband and
My
your
husband
son,
was there, my
so you
son
had
was
some
there.
really good
I
representation.
did. I'm so fortunate.
And I think that's really important for anybody that has to do something like this is do not be afraid to bring in your allies. Like anybody, and I know I got a lot of wise people on this phone call, but whenever you're encouraging or counseling someone else, bring in your allies because they can do some stuff sometimes that you can't, or they're there for you in ways. I mean, just the fact that you guys are even on this call. I mean, you're freaking my allies, right? These are allies.
You've got like beams of sun.
I have beams of sun.
Yes, you do.
Well, okay. Who else? Oh, I'll put my head right here. Okay. Who else has questions?
Ken.
Yes, Miss Sue. Is that you? Yes.
I said like a sweet angel.
Wait, who's a sweet angel? Wait, I didn't hear that.
Sarcastic. The beams of
Oh,
light.
me being a sweet angel. Yeah, that is sarcastic because nobody's ever called me a sweet angel. So just for the record,
That's why
thank
we need
you.
a
Like,
clarification.
God damn, man, did Sue just hit it right on the head? Like, what are you talking about? Some people on this call have known me for years.
At least your hair's not purple.
I know. Okay, it's washed out. A lot of it's washed out. On my purple, washed out. My mom really was irritated by purple hair.
I can't hear
I'm just gonna
anything.
look and see if my mom's on here before I start talking.
That is so weird.
That's it. That's always my mom is always the stealth threat. You never know when she's gonna show up and tell me I'm doing something wrong. Typically not using the good alcohol. Yeah.
I wish we could put this back so she hears it.
Is everybody else hearing what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
all right, I didn't know.
weird.
Okay, I thought it was maybe me.
I'm wondering if it's because they have this cell phone next to the mic. Is that someone in the room has their cell phone next to the computer mic?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Because it's weird.
Well, now Jen looks like it just comes in really weird. Now
Yeah.
she's muted. But
yeah, I was gonna say now she's not even there.
For the love of God, what is happening here? Okay, we're back. Sorry,
Being
and
the
it's
angel that she
unfortunate that Steve's not here because he's not doing well since he's not here. He's not faring well in this whole thing. Yeah, okay, now, Margie, you were saying.
Oh, no, I was just saying, we were trying to figure out what was the matter with the sound. It was it was really weird.
Oh, it's just our internet connection,
Maybe
so.
to ask her, because I know that they put it out locally for people to come forward.
Oh, yeah.
And the DA had said.
But it's only for Sacramento.
Right, for SAC.
Yeah.
If anyone wanted to share the terrors and the, of all those years of going through.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because the part we know, and Chris did a little bit more of the legwork on this in terms of the research, but I guess the district attorney's office is going to do a podcast?
Yes.
Is that what you heard? That's what you
Yeah,
heard. We don't know the format or anything.
So I think this is what I understand that I heard is that sometimes after big cases, they will follow up. I think it's called a citizen podcast or something.
Oh.
And they will do a podcast around events that have affected the whole community. And so she put out, it was a bad, I don't know if any of you are in Sacramento where you would have seen this, but she had put out a request for people to submit their stories if they lived in this area, period. She didn't say what she was going to do with it. She didn't say why, and so people of course are like, well, and then she says, we won't use your full name, but we could use your name. So I don't know how many responses they got, but I looked into it because I thought, you got to give more information than that. We have to, people aren't just
they're not going to
give
walk
you-
in and just
Yeah.
here, take my story.
Right.
So if you go to jcarroll.com/the word missing, MISSING, I put the press release there so you could find it quickly and easily. But it's absolutely an opportunity to, I think that as we all are telling stories, and I'm still building the list of all the people who've reached out to me to tell me their experiences, I think We're going to learn a few things. Okay. Oh, there is a little more gossip. There is a little more gossip.
I love gossip.
I'm sorry. There's a little more gossip. I forgot. Well, apparently the word is that the gossip part is that there may be, I love the cord, there may be other people who might have had, I don't know, some kind of responsibility in all of this, some additional people. Well, I'm saying this because of somebody who reached out to me today, which is a D'Angelo relative. And based on this relative, well, I believe the email was from a regular email client. No. This is like a current email client. They're not using like Hotmail or what, AOL. People who are from the past are on AOL, that's for sure. And you all
Internet's off again.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to repeat.
We're missing the best part.
I know.
You're gonna have to repeat.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go back.
Yeah.
Miss it.
You might be from the other
Trying to make it out.
So, okay. So,
Come back.
So
We're not hearing you.
here's the deal, is that, and he might be on this call right now, so I've got to watch that too, so I'm not going to give him anything. 3 suspects.
I'm so sorry.
Such a good recording.
I am.
You're back.
I'm back?
You're back.
Yeah, we missed
Oh,
those.
you missed the whole thing about the other 3 people they've arrested. That's
We
a
missed
bummer.
the whole
We
thing.
missed it. We missed
Yeah.
everything except we're back. You're back.
Okay, so I hear the thumbs up. You guys
Okay,
are
so it has to do with a family member. Hope you're going back again.
No.
No.
So what I have is a fan. Forgive me.
Oh, no.
I code family member could be on this call, so I don't want to out her. F this. No, I'm trying to do. There's nothing like having gossip and then you guys can't hear me, right?
I know, right? And the guy,
We were very
That's
distressed.
like the best thing I've ever done.
Stay right where you are.
One that Sharon got arrested. Okay, no, that's not what happened. So, and this is, oh, fine. The guy came back from the orthodontist now. Okay, so here's the deal. I've had a family member and who may be on this call is my point. We're not going to showcase Steve.
we need you, Dr.
I don't think we're meant to hear this.
So I got an email from a family member who wants to talk, which of course I'm going to do. But there's a possibility there could be other people involved, which I know surprises no one on this call. Because if you think about it, this thing was just too big, I think Victor said it the best today. I mean, that there's, come on, man. Unless you are living with somebody that you absolutely never see and never look at and never ask any questions of, what the hell? There's someone else has to be involved in this. So if the person's on the call right now, I'm going to reach out to you. Otherwise, I'm going to try to get together with the podcast and see if we can talk to this person and find out what he or she knows. And look, they're just yapping. This is what I have to deal with. And they take the dog and they yap. So, okay. So I'll finish things off here. If anybody has any other questions, let me know because I've got everybody here. But so I'll get that interview done and I'm going to find out more about that. It's not the first time we've heard it. I think Victor alluded to it. Everybody has had that suspicion. So I don't know if it's true. And of course, if it's just somebody outing someone, I don't want to, I want to do my homework because I don't want to put I was a suspect, right? I don't want to in any way shine the light on somebody who may not have a responsibility and that this person just wants to get even with or wants to talk about or is super pissed because they handled things badly. I don't want to get caught up in that. But I do think that there's still probably more to this story. And that's some of why you guys sharing all your stories is so important because we can start to see patterns beyond the scope of the crimes that we've got recorded and start to understand almost everyone still contends he kept criming, just different, but that he did still keep criming in terms of terrorizing people and keeping an eye on people and showing up at folks' houses and all that stuff that he liked to do. Maybe he just couldn't vault over the fence anymore. It's not like his balls got caught on the fence, but so anyway, yeah, I said it. I know that was really bad.
Yeah, we all should have put spikes.
So tomorrow's discussion, so tomorrow we'll have, it's a call is earlier. And again, you guys come, I'm going to be in court with everybody tomorrow. So I'll have more of the firsthand knowledge of the courtroom itself. And I'll see if I can get any more, behind the scenes dirt, because that's what kind of brings this whole thing to life. And I will be posting Rosebud's beautiful, beautiful song, because it's just awesome. But I have to get off Chris's phone first because my phone was full. And all of you texting me, thank you. I appreciate it. And on Twitter and on Facebook, which is a social media hot mess, but it's actually been really cool. And talking to you guys during the day today has also been really validating, because I've been able to tell them right away. Patty shared your comment about Chris right away, and it made her feel great. So, I mean, that kind of stuff I'm passing along as well. So if you have comments, feel free to text me or feel free to tweet at me or DM me. I'm picking those up where I can. I'm sure we're not allowed to have our phones in court though. And tomorrow I'm gonna try to do something really difficult tomorrow. There's one victim coming up that is planning, if it still goes according to plan, is planning to share something that I think a lot of people aren't aware of. If that happens, I'm going to then do a companion piece. She's not prepared to do a podcast with me yet, but I'm still going to do a companion piece for us to record the thrust of her point. I said, you go drop the bomb and then I'll carpet bomb after you, is what I'm planning to do. So I'm hoping to have that. I've got to work on the text tonight, because I also would like to put an article on Medium about what she's gonna share. And so that will be coming up tomorrow. So we may have a little bit of it's not really a bombshell. It's disturbing though, what I'm gonna share. That's Cello, my love dog. What will be shared is still disturbing. And honestly, even if she doesn't bring it up, I think I'm gonna still go with it, because it's fact and it's out there and people need to have their attention focused on it. So that will be some side news breaking tomorrow. And then Thursday, big day, big day. And that we'll have a lot to talk about on Thursday. Any other questions right now, or anything you want me to keep an eye on for tomorrow? Or
I have a question.
Marjorie, see you. Anybody else? Giselle, if you're speaking, I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
What I remember most vividly from the initial hearing, was when they talked. I just wanted to know, was Victor the one at the hearing who said, "Say my name. I'm not John Doe"?
Oh, yes. That was him. That was in the back.
Was that Victor?
Yes.
Somehow today when I heard him speak, I thought, I'll bet that's who was, don't call me John Doe. My name is, but I didn't catch his name. So that was Victor?
Victor Hayes. Victor Hayes is his name. And, I think the most satisfying part, and I even told Cheryl Temple this tonight, I said, he did what we didn't get to have.
Yes.
We didn't get a trial. We had a prosecution today. For the first time, there was a goddamn prosecution. And he held D'Angelo so accountable for those early incidents. And I think that is, and he might be right. It maybe needed to be a man. Because you watch D'Angelo transform and have that nobody, as we were talking about afterwards, remember, he goes after the French guy. He goes after the convenience store person. Margie, you told the story of the convenience store person who he hit the rebar, and he's fighting with the rebar.
Right.
I mean, just a note to everybody, don't date somebody who fights with rebar. Like, that's just not a thing.
Yeah.
That's somebody who's inconsolable.
Yeah. Well, and my first reaction to Victor was, oh, don't get up. I was a little bit, I got nervous thinking they're going to hold him in contempt. And this is not how you want to do this, buddy. But I don't know. I mean, I feel bad that I felt that way. I mean, I need to apologize to Victor because, but it needed to be said. And I felt like he spoke for all of you, and he could say what you all wanted to say and couldn't. And so it was cathartic for him, obviously. And I hope for all of you. in some
Yeah,
respects.
it was, I have to say, here, we were literally in this room cheering. Like,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
we were,
Victor.
yeah,
So
go
are we.
Victor, and
Good,
yeah,
good.
had
Because I thought,
total moments.
you know, he looked like the kind of guy that probably could swear, you know, like a sailor. And I thought, good for him for being articulate, and he got it said without being vulgar, and he was respectful to the judge, but he sure put D'Angelo in his place. And I noticed the mask was down, and I could see his nose, and I thought, boy, it probably took all kinds of restraint for D'Angelo not to come out of that chair, because you know he could, because he's got the strength to do it. And I thought, oh, I want him to come out of that chair and just.
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, I do have gossip. I have gossip.
Isn't he strapped down?
Yeah, no.
Probably.
He didn't look like he was.
Actually, when he.
I bet he's got shackles. I bet he's shackled.
I wish they would have put one of those
So
belts on him. where
Chris
you-
said he wasn't particularly, he was or wasn't strapped down.
Hey, let me call you back. I'll call you back in a minute. I'm on a Zoom meeting.
We don't know for sure, but I'll check that detail about him being strapped down.
Okay.
The other thing, oh, I did have a little bit more, now I forgot what it was. God, I hate being a senior citizen. Wait, I did have more
It was
gossip.
gossip.
I did have more
And it
gossip.
came from him wheeling him in, being strapped.
Oh, that was it. Thank you. God, you're good.
We're
Okay,
together.
the other gossip is that apparently, at least we can see the video that proves he's a fucking liar.
Are you going to get to see that? Oh, good.
Here's what's awesome is that Cheryl Temple, who never swears, and now I'm putting it on the recording, said, he's a fucking liar. And I'm like, ooh, this is my most appropriate prosecutor just said that. But she's like, you've got to see this tape. You're not going to believe what we have on him in terms of the film. He is so fine,
Good.
so not frail, so
Even
not
today,
evil.
though.
Okay,
Even
Jennifer.
today, he seemed a lot more capable.
Oh yeah, he sat up today. I think after yesterday's little hearing, he got a little talking to.
Jennifer, if you guys get to see that film, use your camera and take a film of the film, because then they don't get in trouble. It's not funny. Do it.
No, I'm
because-
not laughing. I mean,
do it, because they
So
can
that we can get it out.
everybody, but they can't really say that you can't take a film of the film. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
well, you know I'm going to push my luck no matter what. You know I'm going to try my best.
join
So,
You know what I always say? Forgiveness is easier to get than permission.
welcome to our situational ethics class. Today,
Yes.
we're going to be sorry, I would be dead without situational ethics. Let's just face it. Yeah.
I didn't mean, you know.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to wrap up this call right now. If there's anything else you want me to do, message me, and then I'll check tomorrow in court, and then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll see if I can come up with any more dirt.
And about, I have a question about Contra Costa County.
Yes.
Does anybody know if Mary Berber is going to come up and make a statement?
Hey, Chris, is Mary coming? Mary's coming, right?
She's gonna make a statement. Who?
Mary
Mary Berwick.
Berwick? Yeah, Mary's, yeah, she's coming. I haven't met her. We've met her online, but we haven't met her yet, but she's coming
Right.
too. So that's a big deal.
Great. I think that's wonderful. Thank
So
you.
we're definitely seeing more victims, survivors is what I prefer, that are showing up for this, which is kind of amazing. Even like that 7-year-old today, who's not 7 anymore, but you know what I mean? Like, to hear the depth and the breadth, I think has just been incredibly powerful. And
We're claiming our superpowers.
I know, and you can tell the fierceness that's in this room. So that's what I'm saying. So, okay, I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Cute dog, by the way. Chris's dog is cute.
Yeah, he really is. I love that dog.
Thank you.